The male faking the orgasm. Talk to me.
So a male
How'd you
faking an
fake it?
orgasm, a male, well, not necessarily an orgasm,
Okay.
but faking that they like the sex.
Okay. Okay. That I'll give you.
Oh
Okay.
no,
Not
I've
faking the
actually fake
orgasm.
nutted.
I
I've
don't
actually
think
had to fake nut.
I
I
don't
fake
think
nut.
it.
I
Wait,
need
how
talk
does
to
that
me.
work
Talk
though?
to me.
How does that work?
Yeah.
Talk to me. Explain. Explain. Jared.
Who? You want to go first or me?
You
Because
can fake it.
I can ramble
I mean, the
on.
same way, the sounds, the motions, and then you off to the bathroom, to take care of business, like to clean yourself
You
off.
shook
Like,
your leg and everything?
yeah, you gotta put it. You know what I'm saying? I done faked it. It's just because I was like, listen, I gotta get through this, and I gotta get there. She got there. I was like, all right, you got yours, done, and I'm out of there. It had happened. I'm not gonna front. I faked it.
I'm saying like this. So, because I actually want to say a couple of things I've been real quiet up until now, but um, but it's a lot easier to fake it using a condom. I'll tell you right now.
Wow.
So way a lot easier to fake it because when it's raw, raw sex, whatever, like I know ladies can feel a pulsating kind of feeling, from that. So, but the condom shields a lot of that. And you can act like you did and go about your business. Whether you didn't enjoy it or not, you just wanted to get out, get in, get out. You penetrated, you did what you had to do. You really weren't into it. You act like you nutted, and then you went about your business. So it's I've done that before in my past. And it is what that is. But to Lou's point earlier about the tells for guys, that's not always, well, to tells in general, it's not always the case. Like in my case, I've been completely busy lately. Sex is the furthest thing from my mind. And the girl that I'm dating, we actually had a conversation about that because I didn't realize we haven't had sex in a really long in a while. And up until like
wait, Jared, what's a while?
Over a month. And at 37, you're in the peak of your sexual prime and so forth, and so whatever it may look like. But I haven't thought about sex, and it's not because of her. It's really because of my scheduling, and like my time is all over the place, especially in the past couple of months. Like I have school, I'm in training for a different position at my job. My hours fluctuate. Like I got to be to work at 4:00 in the morning right now. like I don't think about sex. I'm thinking about school. I'm thinking about how am I making it through my day. Like I want to include her in that in my day, but the most I have for her at most times is a phone call or a text. And I thought I would never get to that point in my life, where sex is like the last thing that was on my mind, or even just enjoying it. It's been a change for me.
My man better have time for the 2 pumps and a grind, okay?
but I'm gonna finish with this one. It was like, a lot of dudes, a lot of guys, we get a lot of our fantasies from porn. Like I know somebody said porn is a male ego. I think it was Steph who said porn is a male egotistical thing or male or ego driven thing. And yes, I think that's very much true. But a lot of our expectations or a lot of our performances come based upon porn scenarios.
Word.
Like it's the erotic, fixation and that, that goes through our heads, that we think that, oh, if she sounds like this, it's like the operant conditioning. Like if you hear this, you think this means that. So you're hearing these sounds of pleasure and not really understanding that. But if you take a step back and you're actually trying to get in tune with what's going on and you try to hear or even just see her body type, like the show, Word Music Dance, like the body language matters. She can say, I'm enjoying this, but her body language doesn't say the same thing. But if you're going into this fixated state of oh God, you know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Like everybody thinks they got the best thing ever, you know, and that's not always true. And sometimes it depends on the person. You can't please everybody with the same things. And I learned that. I was told that you can't please people with the same things you do with everybody else. Not everybody's body is the same way.
Okay.
And when I heard that, I took a step back and I had to think to myself, like, damn, that might be true. And I mean, like, I didn't get it because I remember one forgot what lady said it, but like one guy, she told that, you know, he wasn't, you know, doing something and he got mad. And it's like, you gotta understand, like, this is her. And sometimes a lot of guys don't want to think, you know, they'll put people inside of one general box and not realize everybody is different. Everybody's body is different. They react differently. And it took me a while to realize that. And then from that, I started to have the conversation. If I'm not doing this, because me personally, I like to be a pleaser. If I'm not, then I want to know what I'm doing wrong or what I could do to enhance or do something better. Not everybody takes that time to do that. Some people, a lot of people think for themselves and just go about it. But that's really why that's what I needed to get off my chest before I gotta skedaddle for sleep.
No doubt, no doubt. Thank you for your TED talk. Krista, I want to know about that 20. What's the spectrum of the 20? I need to know.
Yeah, I need to know. 20.
What's the lowest? What's the highest? What are we shooting for?
I have to Google that. It's
I thought you had that. Like
I would have been impressed if she would have memorized all 20. If she would have memorized all 20 of them,
I'm just saying, give me the high and the low. I'll figure out the middle.
I was trying to
know,
you know. 20 shit.
Because 20.
Can I say something to that point real quick? I just wanted to shout you out and say, like, if you're aware of that, but that you fell behind with that, and you brought awareness to it, that awareness is so powerful because that gives you power to move forward and not let yourself go that long or allow yourself to get so busy. And communication is so key because she might have been thinking that whole month, like, oh my God, he doesn't even want me. And you're just like so busy. So I wanted to shout you out for your communication and your growth.
Good job, Jack. Good job. Did you initiate the conversation?
There's a whole lot of innuendos in this conversation.
That's what it's all about,
I'm trying to
baby.
keep him straight feet for rubs. Like,
But Jared, did you initiate the conversation? Did you start the convo, or did she bring it up, or?
No, she brought it to me. She brought it to my attention. And I honestly, like, you know, like most, like, you know, like you would be like, you stepping back looking like, what? You know, like the Russell Westbrook, what? You know, face. And then you start thinking about it, and it's like, you know, it's like, I was like, nah, it's only been like a couple of weeks. And she was like, nah, it's been longer than a couple of weeks. And I'm like,
calendar. She pulled the calendar out. Nigga, it was it was a Tuesday. It was
count back. Oh shit, what? Like it took me like that. Like I didn't realize that.
A point that was brought up earlier, I think Waykme said too, when we talk about the 10-year gap and stuff, the initiating of the sex or the mood to have it kind of thing. So, you know, obviously your schedule is what kind of, you know, hindered you guys on performing. But she brought it up to you. So that means she's looking for it, interested on, would that be a good tell? Would y'all all agree that she's trying to get some?
Yeah.
I would agree.
All right. So Jared, you need to handle your business. Not to put you on the spot, but because you was handling your business, but now you got to go handle your business.
But you know what happened. But I mean, Paul, you know my life.
I don't know too much. Anybody else.
No, you know my life more than anybody else on this panel. Not you know my life fully, but you know my life more than anybody else on this panel.
We could say
like,
yes.
I had, you know, like the state of my life in December isn't what it is now.
Oh, for sure.
You know, like I wasn't working like that. I wasn't even working.
You had time to put in time.
Like I had a lot of free time on my hand. When you have idle time, you do a lot of idle things. But that time isn't this time anymore. Like yesterday's time is not today's time.
Exactly.
Well, she let you know that you on the clock. Time is of the essence, so you gotta find some time.
I understand, you know.
Hey, yo, bro, listen, man. I want to jump in, man. I do applaud you for, you know, what you said and all that, but just realize you got dudes out here that prey on situations like that. You gotta be
100%.
careful of that too, because she letting you know, to Paul's
100%.
point, she putting it out there. So you got a sweet talking dude, slick talking dude, light skinned dude with wavy hair come up, you know, start saying one or two things to her. Next thing you know, she ain't calling you.
It's like Michael Ealy.
It's like, nah, it's all good, bro. I got somebody for that. There's an app for that.
So like Michael Ealy.
Communication was displayed between the two of them, that wouldn't have happened between them. It's not that easy because she was willing to speak out and be like, baby, I want some. It's been a while. Was able to make him grow from it. I think when you have a relationship where that open communication isn't breached like that, I don't think you got to worry about wave hair boy coming through and trying to sneak up, because then, you know, I think it was handled great. I mean, I'm just so happy to hear that, because I love hearing like growing situations like that, because they are opportunities for growth. And I do want to say this, Jared, when it comes to getting your money and advancing in your career, God damn it, guys, like I'm just realizing why y'all laughing. Wow.
I'm sorry. Well,
when it comes to getting your money and advancing in your career and doing all the things, it's so important to cut out that time for you, but she will understand and keep your head in the game for your money and your career and everything like that. I do feel that way, and that's something I'm saying.
Like that's always been like my biggest thing, was trying to juggle time and just juggling life situations and so forth. Like I used to think I had a pretty good handle on things like that until recently, because honestly, I've lost so much track of myself that I don't even know where the hell I'm at half of the time. Like, and honestly, like that's probably more of a mental health thing, you know, to even just think about, because like I really like I can smile all day, but literally I could be struggling. I really won't share much of it. Like I may tell Paul, you know, I may tell Lou, I may tell Rel, you know, we in the group chat and so forth. And I'll hit Paul up, you know, just on some random shit. But like honestly, like there's sometimes that I don't even share shit with P. And that's like my brother for life, you know, and like there's certain things that I just don't share. And I internalize a lot because I always think that I can handle every damn thing in the world. And that's not necessarily the truth. But when I do vent out or I do speak out, like then it's like kind of like a, you know, like a sound alarm, you know, it's like, okay, hold on now, let me check in right quick. And then let me hit, I'm gonna hit you up every couple of days, see if you're checking on you, see if you're good or whatever. But I mean, that's a separate conversation than this, but
right.
But it brings up an interesting point though, because time and stuff can also factor into the sexual performance and, you know, the result and stuff too. So it actually is, because a lot of times I believe like married couples, they start to, that comfort level starts to creep in. I know you have been Kids can sometimes factor that in, and you start to, you know, oh, the mother, for example, now I'm focusing on the babies in the house now. Meanwhile, the father's like, well, I want my baby to be touched too. You know what I'm saying? So that time scheduling, and also starts to, and then like you said earlier too, now sex is becoming a chore